So, KJ Baji, welcome to Sudeep Audio's channel.
Thank you.
And we are here today to discuss about IRAA, which is Indian Recording Arts Academy Awards, जिसके आप Vice Chairman हैं. And this is the second year where you are playing the role of a Vice Chairman and leading a team of, including yourself, 13 jury members. तो थोड़ा सा ऑडियंस को बताएं कि आयरा के जूरी मेंबर्स के बारे में, आयरा के बारे में थोड़ा, फिर अपन आगे बात करते हैं.
Most people in the audio business who've been in the audio business as long as I have, and we are considered dinosaurs in the industry. We all remember the IRAA Awards. We are in the 17th edition right now. And this is the only award in the subcontinent which actually gives weightage, gives validation, gives recognition for all the people in the audio and the music industry in the technical department. See, we have a lot of awards which give for various things, but nobody kind of recognizes in the vast, in terms of nomination categories that we do for just technical awards in audio, just audio. Okay, you have to understand that. So we want to recognize, the exceptional talent which is there in music, in audio, in the Indian, whether it's for movies, whether it's for albums, whether it's for, we've added podcast, and we are very aware of the new emerging technologies, and we want to start recognizing those as well, because they are also, people are working in that, So this award is for the innovation in the music production and the engineering. जो लोग इसमें बहुत बेहतरीन काम कर रहे हैं, and who rise to the top, because once you are an awardee, you realize that a lot of people are looking up to you, because you've got this technical awards, which is being judged by a jury of, like you rightfully said, 13 jury members, who are all your peers in the industry. ठीक है ना? अभी, it's not a voting system that random people can vote. It's not a system where you don't know who the jury is, or the jury is very widely random people from the industry. No, these are people who belong to the audio and the music industry, and all of them have exceptional experience within the audio industry, whether that's in sound recording, sound mixing, mastering, or in post-production, which is such a huge thing in India. We are one of the largest film makers, content makers in the world, and so you can imagine the post-production industry, the size of that industry which is involved behind that. So we want to recognize all the people regarding with post. Now, when I say post-production, it's a very big loose term, because उसके अंदर इतने सारी चीजें हैं, whether it's Foley artists, whether it's the dialogue editor, the guys who are doing the sync sound recording, there are so many layers within post-production, and we want to recognize each one of them. किसी को नहीं छोड़ना हमें जितने भी उसके पहलू हैं ऑडियो और म्यूजिक के, इंजीनियरिंग के और टेक्निकल के, हमें वो रिकॉग्नाइज करने हैं और उनको सराहना है और उनको आगे लाना है. सो दैट इज द फोकस ऑफ आयरा, and that is where Mr. Anil Chopra, the chairman who started the IRAA Awards, and we are in our 17th edition, guys. It's no mean feat for somebody to carry it on for so long and keep the credibility up. Yeah, that's something I really want to share with everybody. Every passing year, the credibility of these awards have just gone up, because people recognize that, yes, this is the deserving person who's got it. Yes, this is the person who I also thought should get it, और उसी को मिल रहा है. तो आपकी क्या वैलिडेशन होनी शुरू हो जाती है. आप कोई भी अवार्ड देखते हैं ना, आपको लगता है इसको जीतना चाहिए, और जब वो जीत जाता है और आपके हिसाब से वो सही है, तो आपको वैलिडेशन, उसकी क्रेडिबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है. तो हमारे साथ ये बहुत हो रहा है कि लोग जुड़ रहे हैं क्योंकि उनको लग रहा है हाँ, ये लोग सही निर्णय ले रहे हैं, because of the jury and because the where it is being spearheaded by the chairman, Mr. Chopra. So everything is coming into place for the technical awardees who are there. Now, this is something we want to leap forward in the coming years, and we would invite everybody to participate and send in their nominations. So this is what IRA, what you said, stands for.
Excellent. Thank you for briefly explaining the whole value system that IRA carries with itself, and the past teams and juries also have brought it to a level that it has reached.
Absolutely.
And now with you in the as a captain of the ship, I'm sure it will do even better. So इस बार IRA is a red carpet event which is nothing to do with Palm Expo. It's a separate award function. तो I'm not sure अगर आपकी दाढ़ी को ब्लू करके आना चाहिए या लाल, पर
Aditya, it's very interesting that many years ago, when we were talking about IRAA Awards, बहुत साल पहले की बात है, where we were sitting down for a meeting on that. At that time, the idea of having a separate red carpet, gala dinner, a serious affair, give it all its gravitas and weight behind the award, had come up. और ये बहुत साल पहले की बात है. And I remember, if I'm not wrong, it was at Mr. Nandu Bhende's studio upstairs, where there was a terrace outside
Yes.
his studio on the first floor, and that's where the meeting was happening. So it's that long ago. And there was a talk and discussion to do an event like this, and we were just wondering, kaise kiya jaye? How do we do this? How do we bring it about? And all these years, it has been fermenting. We've been looking at options, and all that has been happening. And finally, this year, I reminded Mr. Chopra that, remember, we had talked about this many years ago. So what about it?
Mm.
So he said, yeah, KJ, mere dimag mein bhi chal raha hai, but kaise kare? How do we go? So we started pooling our resources together. We started pulling in the people we knew. We started talking to people. And finally, I think this year we are going to have a red carpet event like the top awards which happen in the world, where we will have a sit down dinner and awards are presented. We'll have some performances by artists from within the industry. अब उन्हीं के लिए तो हम awards कर रहे हैं, उन्हीं artists के साथ कर रहे हैं, तो we want them to be part of it. So we are not excluding कि the artists are not part of this. उन्हीं के गाने जब engineers mix करते हैं या उन्हीं के dialogue जब करते हैं या film mix करते हैं, तभी उनको award मिलता है.
जी.
So they are part and parcel of this award thing for us, and we want to invite them. And it's going to be a sit down proper award night, which is, yes, you're right, for the first time it will be detached from the Palm Show, where all these years it had become synonymous with the last day of the Palm Show or second last day, to have it in that hall there. So we are trying to bring it out of there and give it a larger visibility, give it a larger platform, and invite a lot more people to, वो क्या नजर में थोड़ा आता है, तो लोगों को भी थोड़ा जो पेरिफेरी पे होते हैं कि पता नहीं ये अवार्ड करूं ना करूं, especially new people who don't know about it. The visibility gives you the first idea, wow, something is happening, let me at least find out what it is. So that curiosity gets them into it, and then they find out that, this has been happening for 17, 18 years, whatever, and then they say, oh, I must also participate. So we want to invite people, we want to excite people about this, that they should proudly display their award wherever they, when they get it, they should. And that's something, again, like you said, credibility की जो हमने बात करी थी,
जी.
जो भी अवार्डीज हैं वो बहुत ही गर्व के साथ अपने स्टूडियो में वो अवार्ड रखते हैं, बोलते हैं कि आई एम एन IRAA award winner, तो I love that about it. Wherever I've been to studios and I see that award, I start smiling, कि उन्होंने सामने रखा हुआ है, ये नहीं कि कहीं कबर्ड में पीछे रखा है कुछ, everybody keeps their award, their certification right out there, so they are proud of it.
जी.
And for me, nothing can be more joyous than that feeling, if it can evoke in people that they have participated in something which has rewarded them, rightfully rewarded them. That feeling is amazing.
Correct. I can vouch for that sentiment because मैंने अपने जो ऑफिस के डोर पे पास में रखा हुआ है, Suzeep Audio got the Best Pro Audio Dealer Award in 2013.
Pro audio dealer, yes.
So I can resonate with that sentiment कि बहुत अच्छा लगता है when you get recognized by your peers and by your industry colleagues.
बिल्कुल.
So इस साल nomination ends on 15th November, and another change that we see this year is the nominees have to pay a nominal fee of ₹500 for their entry. तो ये क्यों रखा गया? Why has this been introduced?
Okay, so along with all these changes which have come in, nothing comes free in this world. Everything has, you have to either barter something or you have to pay for it. So we were struggling a little bit with our back-end work of how to organize, because धीरे-धीरे awards ना बढ़ते, nominations बढ़ती जा रही हैं, right? And just to give you an idea, last year we closed just a little over 1,400 nominations.
Wow.
Right? So if we are starting, let's say 17 years ago with 200 or 300 and now to 1,400, you see the back-end man or woman power required to run it at the back-end, and at the award night to make sure everything goes smoothly. सबको सही नाम का award print हुआ है, is going to the right person, the certifications are in the right order. and sometimes there are multiple nominees and
Yeah.
winners. जरूरी नहीं है कि one nomination में एक ही जना win कर रहा है. Sometimes there are 2 people, 3 people like that. So keeping track of all that, and it's a huge exercise. So we were struggling with that a little bit on the back end in terms of people, manpower, and people, and also the, advertising. How do we make people know about it? So we decided this year to just charge a fee which takes care of this backend for us. This fee is not to make money. This fee will never, be like that. This is just to take care of our backend, that we can get enough resources so we can make this entire experience a much more easier and user friendly. If you notice, everybody, there are a lot of us. You would have noticed now the form has also changed. The website has changed for the form. We've gone through the forms. We've gone through inputs from a lot of people who were nominating themselves. We got their input. और हमने उस हिसाब से फॉर्म थोड़े और स्ट्रीमलाइन करे, बैक एंड लोगों, आईटी लोगों के साथ बैठ के, कि उसको और कितना यूजर फ्रेंडली बनाया जाए, सो दैट देयर आर नो कंफ्यूजन एज टू मुझे क्या करना है. सो वी यूज्ड टू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ कॉल्स आफ्टर पीपल अप्लाइड और व्हाइल दे वर अप्लाइंग. दैट्स व्हाट आई लर्नड फ्रॉम द बैक एंड पीपल. सो आई वांटेड टू रिड्यूस दैट,
Okay.
कि how much can we do it. And the form is new. People will, I hope people will like it, and we are still open for suggestions for any kind. If they feel that certain things can be made better, yes. Categories have gone up. There's a huge jump in the categories of various categories for nominations. And again, trying to put together all that for all the jury, who's going to do what. So that is a lot of work. Believe me, the jury actually, when we finished last time, all the jury collectively said, it was a big sigh because 1,400 nominations were a lot. And
Yeah, it is.
and again, this is all voluntarily done. We have requested them very nicely. They all have gladly accepted. And they are taking out of their busy schedules and doing this because for the love of the art and for the love of the craft and for huge recognition for the IRA, what it stands for.
Right.
In fact, थोड़ी मारामारी होती है jury में कौन होगा. मतलब
Okay.
अभी यहाँ तक बात आ रही है कि I want to be in the jury.
Right.
And we are trying a new few things. One is also to see if we can every few years get some new members in the jury as well, so that there are new fresh ideas, there are new fresh perspective on things. So just 1 or 2 people to keep rotating in terms of getting new ideas and everything. So that has happened. The nomination cost has happened for that. The red carpet is happening. So there are a lot of things that we are trying. For the first time, I think we have a partner, and Genelec has, very kindly agreed to come on board as a partner. So they are helping us make the visibility happen on a much more broader scale to come on board. And they are very well known in the industry, just as IRAA is for their credibility. Genelec is also very well known for their sound and what they do. So it was a good synergy that we found with them. And now they are pushing IRAA Awards as well as a very important thing for this part of their media campaign. So that helps us a lot because now we get further visibility. So कुछ चीजें हम try कर रहे हैं इस बार धीरे धीरे. And I'm really looking forward to see how the results pan out. Anybody has any suggestions, please write into IRA. Please write into any of us. If you know any jury people, suggestions are always welcome. That's the only way forward.
Correct. And I'm very happy to know that not just have you heard and taken feedback from past experiences, but also implemented them in whatever way you could. तो किसको अप्लाई करना चाहिए इस अवार्ड के लिए, बिकॉज नाउ दैट यू गिवन एन ओवरव्यू ऑफ दिस होल एक्सपीरियंस एंड इट्स साउंड्स एक्साइटिंग कि इस बार अलग से होगा, एवरीबडी इज लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू द होल इवेंट. तो who should apply, because there's still time, there's still over a month we have. Who should apply for nominate for this? What are the rules, if you can broadly just tell us?
Okay, so like with most awards, we need a cutoff time from when to when, because otherwise it'll become very difficult to kind of figure out who can apply. So there's a cutoff time for 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022. Anything in the audio and the music world that you have commercially released, जब आप रिलीज करते हैं किसी भी DSP प्लेटफॉर्म पे या YouTube पे या कहीं भी, या फिल्म रिलीज होती है, तो उसमें एक स्टैम्प आ जाता है कि ये इस तारीख को रिलीज हुई है. That date should fall within the ambit of these 2 dates. और अगर सबसे पहला तो वो है डेट, अगर उसके दौरान रिलीज हुई है तो आप एकदम एलिजिबल हैं, आप कर सकते हैं. That's the first one. Then when you go there, there are various main broad categories, whether it's film, it's OTT, it's a song, it's a documentary, it's a podcast. Those are the big categories. And then you can choose where your work belongs within that category. When you click on that, further subcategories open up, whether you want to give your song for music production. So that's something which we had added. We think it's very important part of the sound recording and mastering world right now, because most people are doing music production and sound recording simultaneously. We have shifted from it being isolated events and discrete events to now same person is actually doing both the things together. तो वो एक डिसीजन था कि उसको भी जोड़ लिया जाए साथ में. तो अगर आप गाने के लिए अपने आप को नॉमिनेट करना चाहते हैं, भी मेरा एक गाना है, तो आपने अगर उसका म्यूजिक प्रोडक्शन किया है, फिर द म्यूजिक प्रोड्यूसर, आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अगर आपने उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग की है, आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अगर आपने उसकी मिक्सिंग की है, आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. और अगर आपने उसकी मास्टरिंग भी की है, आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं उसी गाने को. So within that one song, there are those categories, and similarly in film, you will have all those subcategories, which is a very long list. And by the way, we also have not just Hindi, English, we also have regional languages. So if you have done in any of the other languages apart from Hindi or anything, from South, from East, from West, jahan se bhi hai, you have a separate category for regional languages, and you can apply within that. So anybody who's done work in that period, which is released in all those categories, we've included podcast as of last year because they are becoming huge, and engineers who record, mix, and also composers who compose music and produce music for podcasts are also in there as well. And if they are emerging technologies, we are just trying to figure out how we incorporate them. जो भी अभी आ रही हैं, immersive technologies are coming in a big way. So we are looking at that, how to go about doing it. I must make one thing clear at this point. ये immersive से मुझे याद आया कि when the jury sits down to go through all the nominations, and give their opinion and give their rating on that, we are insisting on the entire jury, and we are insisting also for the first time that we are locking at wave files, nothing less than that. Aditya, that's something else. We want high quality audio to be sent in for nominations, right? So if anybody sends an MP3, it'll either be sent back or it'll be blocked saying not acceptable, that page.
Okay.
ठीक है ना, हमने उस लेवल पे ही रोक दिया rather than later on deciding. So if you enter a .mp3 file, it will not get accepted.
It will not upload.
So it will not upload. So minimum requirement is a WAV file, whether it's a 44.1, 48, 96. आप decide करें जो जिस format पे भी आपने record किया, जो आप भेजना चाहते हैं. Send us your best work, man. I mean, after all, you are competing with the top of the top. So आप अपना बेहतरीन जो काम है सबसे और बेहतरीन quality जो है वो भेजिए ना हमारे को.
जी.
So the jury is listening to a good quality audio on a good system. That is the mandatory requirement for all the jury, that they have to listen to it on a good playback system. And because the jury is from the field, most of them either have very good recording studios of their own or listening room environment. So we are not worried about that. Finally, when it comes to the top and all the jury has gone through their process, then the final top, अगर 5 या 10 आते हैं तो उसमें से फिर छटाई होती है कि okay, now who are the next one winners. That happens actually invariably with almost about as many jury members as we can collect together in a listening room. So you see, there is a listening process which happens, which is time consuming, which it happens. And that is when decisions are taken. It's not कि मैं headphone पे सुन लूंगा और चलते चलते work पे जाते जाते मैं गाड़ी में सुन लूंगा हो जाएगा ना. It is, we are insisting that this happens in a proper audio listening environment. And that is when points are made. Sometimes discussions happen, sometimes disagreements happen. No, I think this one is better than. Then discussion as to why do you think that happened. So it can sometimes get into a very technical sidebar पे चला जाता है वो, मतलब because ये गेयर है, ये ऐसा वो ऐसा, ये रिवर्ब ऐसा सुनाई दे रहा है. And that's fascinating because here you have people with the experience actually discussing about a song that they have just heard or a music piece or a scene that they've just seen. It can get into that as well.
It's like side chain processing.
वो साइड चेन में चला जाता है और फिर वो पंप होता रहता है थोड़ी देर के लिए till either somebody senior there has to kind of break in and say okay, let's take a call, let's take a vote. So you give your points, and this is a closed kind of voting process. No jury gets to see any other jury's markings. They are all private, they are all secured, and only the backend team sits down to tally all of that which comes in. And from there, in a very, very closed environment process, the top contenders, the winners are kind of decided. It's never key, there's somebody involved with might prejudice the judgment like that. So that's another good thing about the process which happens for the IRA award, which I'm really proud of.
Excellent. And listening to the whole process that happens, I'm sure there will be a lot of people who will jump in with their nominations, because it's a lot of hard work that you and all the jury members are putting in, as well as the backend team. And it's very transparent also and honest. And like you said, you all are giving back to the industry. You're not doing it for money. There's no money in it as such, if you see.
See, Aditya, the other thing that we are trying to do is give back is a very right word. All of us here who are part of the jury are experienced people. And we, in some way or the other, we all like to give back what we learned as we were working in the industry. And one of the there is actually a thing which I think Mr. Chopra will announce at some point. It will happen is that we are trying to do a lot more work within the education part of the industry in terms of audio, technical, and music as part of the IRA, because it's an academy at the end of the day. Awards is one part of what the academy does. You know, we should remember that it's an academy of people who are from the industry. So we are trying to band some people together, some senior people together with a lot of experience, and see if we can take them around India and share their experiences to youngsters, upcoming engineers, music producers, mastering engineers, Foley artists, anybody who is in the field. So we can take these experiences to them and have them participate, engage. Now think about it. Otherwise, it's so difficult to get hold of a senior sound engineer or a film mixing engineer to talk to them. You know, so this gives you an opportunity to have a one-on-one in a group or whatever, to have an engagement with those people and find out their process, find out their way of thinking, how they go about doing it, what makes them who they are. So it can lead to very inspiring stories. It can lead to very people taking decisions on when they're sitting on the fence, may karu ya na karu, then suddenly something can inspire you to say, yes, I think this is doable. So there are plans afoot to do things like that and to participate with the community as an academy.
Yeah.
And again, there we are open to ideas. We are open to more suggestions from people how the academy can become useful to the society and the audio community and the music community. Please let us know. We are open for it. And we would like to do more than just the awards. Awards is a huge part of our thing because it occupies us for a very, very long period of time. But in the interim period, there are the other activities that we'd like to do. And so these are a few of them. I think more announcements will come once this award is done, and we'll plan out the next year. So we'll start planning out year after year, and in the beginning of the year, hopefully we'll start announcing what's going to be coming this calendar year. क्या क्या चीजें आने वाली हैं, which you can look forward to, and we can do that. So yeah, exciting times ahead. I feel we are in an amazing age right now where it's empowered the artist, to empower the engineer. I was actually getting very nostalgic, and I was remembering my time when I was trying to get in the industry and there was nobody to talk to.
Right.
किससे पूछूं? Who do I ask? Who do
कहाँ
I get a
जाऊँ?
suggestion? हाँ, कहाँ जाऊँ? मतलब कोई बताने वाला ही नहीं है यार.
Correct. So IRA is another opportunity for people from all over India to not just participate with their nominations and hope to win an award, but also an event where they will be able to again interact with the seniors as well as a lot of people from across the country. And we will keep announcing various dates and events as we go ahead. Sudeep Audio is also proud to be the official media partner of IRA for the third year. And on that note, it was wonderful talking to you, sir, and wish you and everybody in the jury as well as at IRA in the backend team to do a wonderful job as always. And we hope to see you again on the channel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Aditya.
Thank you,
And for
sir.
all your support. You've been a huge supporter of this industry. I must say this and confess. And Shout out to Sudeep Audio, your company. You have always stood behind all that is happening in the industry, whether it be for distribution, for making people aware of what's happening in the industry. All that you've been standing behind it, and we are so happy that you are part of this IRAA Awards and the IRAA Academy as well, and that you're supporting us in this. So it's good to have people you can trust, people who know what they are doing, because then it makes our job easier, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Thank
thank
you
you
so
for that.
much. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you, and all the best.
Please go and nominate yourselves, get in there, or this is your moment to shine, man. For all the engineers, you are the rock stars right now, buddies. You are the rock stars. You are the king. You are the superstar right now. This is your moment. All the technical people, all the audio engineers, the म्यूजिक प्रोडक्शन कम्युनिटी, ये तुम्हारा चांस है स्पॉटलाइट का बॉस. डोंट लीव इट, डोंट लेट इट गो.
Time to come in front of the, yeah.
हाँ, नाउ इज द टाइम टू आगे आने के लिए. सो ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म है. आयरा इज जस्ट अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू यू टू कम अहेड इन द स्पॉटलाइट and share your moment of glory, man. This is it. It won't get better than this. So go ahead, nominate yourself, and watch the fun.
Thank you so much.